I'm so glad I didn't let those beliefs stop me.
We are here to share and we are here to show you what's possible.
If I
If I don't
increase my
show up,
income,
I don't
someone
get
else
paid,
sets
and
me my
that's just
time
how it
off.
is. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yep. Are you creating a life or just financing one? Let's get real for a second. You're working, you're paying the bills, you're sending money, you're showing up for everyone, but are you living the life you want? Or you're just funding a life you don't even get to enjoy? And there's a difference between making a living and creating a life. And if you're always tired, always behind, always waiting for someday, this conversation is for you. Aloha, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our oh, no, not Friday. It's Saturday for me and Sunday for Ademel live
Yeah.
chat. I am Mel. I am a nurse by profession. I am a mom and wife 24/7. And I'm someone who lived the life of working, earning, and still wondering, is this it? And with me, as always, Ate Mel.
Yes. Hello. Good morning, everyone from the Philippines. It's Sunday here, and it's 8:02 here in the Philippines. I'm Mel, and I work as a full-time chemist. I'm a former OFW, and also a single mom and a grandma. And just like Mel, I also have been in this world of, providing for everyone and wanting more for my life now that I'm almost in my golden years. And with this live, we're gonna show you what's possible.
Yes. Welcome, everyone. And tonight we are going to break down the difference between surviving and living, and why so many of us are stuck in lives we are too tired to enjoy. And if that's you, you are not alone. Let's talk about it.
Ako na ba yan?
Yes, Ate.
Yan. So our first topic is you've mastered the hustle but forgot the why. So there's this quote from Zig Ziglar that I really like. He said, "Don't become so busy making a living that you forget to make a life." Yan. So that's really powerful for me because for years I was doing exactly just like that, and I'm sure there's a lot among us, especially Filipinos, who do that. So I spent years from the time that I got married, especially after I became a single mom. I built so much of the life for others, like for my children, my parents, my siblings, and sometimes even some of my relatives, like my aunties. But I don't regret it for a second. I really love the opportunity and the privilege to be able to help because we love our family, right? But somewhere along the way, I forget that I have my own life too. I forgot I have my own dreams too. Because sometimes we get too busy providing for everyone, making sure everyone is well taken care of and that they have all their needs, diba? And now I'm an empty nester. So I've done my part for them, for all the people that I love. They're now all successful, living their own families, and they have their own careers. And my parents have since passed, but I believe we've given them the best that we can. Now I'm finally ready to focus on building the life that I've always wanted for myself. I used to wear being busy like a badge of honor. Kasi minsan, pag after work, pagod na tayo, di ba? And I felt like pag hindi ako napagod, I felt like I didn't work hard enough. So for years, life was just working, paying the bills, helping the family, and then the next day, repeat it all over again. So I woke up one day and I woke up early, work late, and then took on every possible opportunity that I can find, and that was the normal. So one day, um, I think I was watching something. Then uh, I asked, I asked myself, what's all this for? What am I doing all of this for? And parang bigla akong napaisip kasi hindi ko answer. I realized I've been running on autopilot. I focused on doing the things that I forgot why I was doing it in the first place. Diba? Nangyari na kasi ganyan. Gawa ka lang ng gawa. Hindi mo na alam para sa. So, I started rethinking my goals, uh, not just in terms of income, but in terms of life, what experiences do I want to do, what moments do I want to create. That's when I realized yung hustle without purpose is just surviving. Like yung uh, title natin, am I creating a life that I want or am I just financing?
Financing.
Living, working just to pay the bills. Parang ganon. So if you've been pushing yourself every day but feel empty, maybe it's time to pause and remember your why. Because without our why, without the reason why we're doing these things, it might be just financing life, supporting how to live, not creating a life that we all want. That's for me, Mel.
Yes, ate. We've gotten really good at surviving, di ba, ate? And then
Yeah,
somewhere along the way, we lose the why. Why are we doing this? Is it to provide? Siyempre, oo. And then ano pa, right? And then,
yeah. Yung parang ano na lang, iniisip na lang natin yung paano matatawid yung isang problema.
yeah.
Yeah. Pero, yun lang, problem after problem or day after day lang. Parang ganon. Not looking like what what what's really possible dito sa buhay natin. And there's so much, di ba? We see so many people like living the life. They don't have to go to the office or to work, to the hospital like Mel. Tapos, just enjoy their life. And that's possible.
Yeah, and then lahat na yung your energy goes to work, to the hustle, and then none goes to you, kagaya ng sabi mo, ate. That's not purpose anymore. That's
Yeah.
surviving.
Surviving.
Yeah. So those, those things drain us really. That's hard. Okay. Next one. Uy. Okay.
Yay.
Yikes. Okay. You work to afford breaks you never take. This one is painfully familiar for so many of us. Um, we work with the idea that, one day we'll finally slow down. One day we'll book that vacation. One day we'll have the time and energy to enjoy what we've earned. But the truth, that one day keeps moving. And, like for me, sometimes I tell myself, I just need to get through this week. Papahinga lang ako. And then magpapahinga ako. And then I'll enjoy. And then the next week came, and then the next, and then the next. And before I knew it, I was working not just to provide, but to recover from working. And when
Yeah.
when I did get a time off, I was so mentally and physically drained that all I wanted to do was sleep, just so I could go back and do it all over again. I know all of, there's a lot of us that are, guilty on this. I had the money to treat myself, but I didn't have the energy, or I didn't have the freedom to actually enjoy it. And that's a trap right there. We tell ourselves we are working for the good life, But the good life is always later. Are we ever really living it? You know, and I think about hardworking moms, dads, or family-oriented people, um, saying, I'll rest when I've saved enough. But by the time they finally get that break, their bodies are too worn down to make the memories they dreamt of. And rest can't be something you earn after burning out. It Rest has to be part of the way you live. And you know I like, for me, I have to rethink, and I said I gotta do something. So I do not need to buy breaks I'd never get to take. And that's when I started exploring another way, one where I didn't have to earn rest by breaking down first, where work and life could coexist and not compete. And there's this one thing that I think it's like a social media post about the three seasons in life. The one being young, the second one being an adult, and the third one when you grow old. So the young ones had all the energy, they had the time, but they do not have money. The adult ones, they have the money,
I
they
don't
have
have the
the
time.
energy, but they don't have the time. The when we grow old, they have the money, they have the time, but they don't have the energy. So it's not impossible to achieve all those three and be able to enjoy life, because while you still have the energy, you have the time, and you have the money.
Yeah,
Something for you to think about. Yep.
yeah. That's a lot to think about, Mel.
Yeah.
You unload a lot of things there. I like what you said that yung parang magtatrabaho ka so you can afford to take a break.
So yeah.
Yeah. Like, tapos you don't get to actually get it.
I
Like,
get it.
especially for someone like you, may young children, taking a break is like working on chores and like looking after the kids. So it's not really a break. Diba? Pero
Yeah,
yeah, very true.
it happens that like you're fantasizing on, like, oh, it's gonna be the weekend, you'll be like sleeping all day. That's not something that you're supposed to like,
It's a lie.
right?
Yeah, like sometimes we don't really get to enjoy weekends because as working professionals, we have chores, diba?
Yours, yeah.
We, yeah, we have children to take care of, to
Mhm.
take to parks or wherever. Diba? Pero yeah, it we work to afford the breaks. Parang kanina nung sinasabi mo, I'm like, oh nga no.
Yeah, apparently you're all drained, and then all you wanted to do is rest and sleep, just so you can go back and do the same all over
Thing
again.
all over again. Yeah. When there is another way,
Yep.
there's something possible. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay,
Good
next
one.
one.
So next one is we're always one emergency away from starting over.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Ito yung, I think in last 2 weeks, we have a guest. And she said, yung si Sister G, di ba?
Just okay.
Yeah, she's a nurse. She used to be a doctor.
Sure.
Tapos she became like a corporate executive. Tapos ngayon, she's retired and sabi niya, we don't create urgencies. Akala natin we have all the time in the world. So we don't, uh, parang, especially pag may trabaho tayo, di ba? Like me, I work as a chemist. Mel is a nurse in Hawaii. Parang pagkat tiningnan mo, okay naman yung job namin, meron naman kaming magandang pinagkakitaan, di ba? Pero ito yon, paano pag may emergency? We can afford, basic things. Pero paano pag may emergency? Paano pag hindi lang isang emergency? Like, I think, like, no nagkaroon ng, di ba, pandemic, parang everything froze and parang naisip mo, what if something like that happen again? So, merong isang saying, sabi niya, if it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep that counts. And alam ko yan eh. Kasi even while I was building a life for my loved ones, yung mga anak ko, mga nanay, kapatid, paying for their needs, helping in emergencies, making sure they went without. They never went without. I realized that I was leaving myself with very little to fall back on. Kasi syempre, lahat palabas eh. Di ba? So yung natitira para sa atin is maybe just the basic. But the thing is, sometimes we feel like we have all the time in the world to
Mhm.
prepare. Like sabi ko noon, I'll prepare when natapos na yung isang anak ko. Tapos, I'll prepare pag natapos na yung bahay ni nanay. I'll prepare pagka natapos na yung pag-aaral ng kapatid ko tsaka nung pamangkin ko. Diba? Parang later na ako. I'll save later. I'll plan for that day, for that someday. But life doesn't always give us that luxury kasi something happens, di ba? Like yung katulad sa akin, I was doing later, and then natapos yung contract ko sa Indonesia. Nagkaroon ng parang new president, si President Jokowi. Tapos naglabas siya ng rule na dapat yung mga expat would stay only for 4 years. I've been there for 15 years. So, biglang, uwi ka na. Kasi daw dapat nagkaroon na ng technology transfer by that time, within 4 years. So, kung 15 years na ako, out you go. So,
Wow.
ganon. Yeah. So, syempre, hindi naman, like, hindi natin masasabi. Kahit na sinabi nung amo ko, you can work here for as long as you want. Until I retire. Pero, hindi naman yung amo ko ang presidente ng ng bansa eh, 'di ba? So, katulad nun, nagkaroon ng unexpected changes in the government. So, suddenly, everything changed overnight. That's when I knew I could not keep earning just like on a day-to-day basis. I had to start creating a safety net so that no matter what happens, I can keep living the life I've worked so hard to build for me and for my loved ones. I thought I was doing fine financially until that day came, and I have to go back to Philippines. There was also a time like we received phone calls. Diba? Meron palang family emergency like noon. Na-stroke si nanay, tapos nabalibag si nanay, kailangan palitan ng platinum yung isang buto, parang ganon. Tapos, na-stroke din si tatay. So many family emergency. Tapos, kahit minsan may savings ka, pero yung bills, pagka nagkaroon ng medical emergencies, di ba, parang ang bilis
Ubus.
mag-file up. Di ba? Parang ubus,
Ubus.
mauubos ang pinag-ipunan mo talaga. Kahit na years mo pinag-ipunan, pag may nagkasakit, saglit lang eh, di ba? Parang biglang naglalahong parang bula. That's when it hit me that I wasn't really secure. I was living one crisis away and going back to zero. And I realized that's a dangerous way to live, di ba? And I knew I needed a better plan, not just earning just for today or for next month, but building something that I could stand even when life throws surprises. For me, that means finding an income stream, like an online business that didn't depend on me working 24/7. And sabi nga ng iba, like, it works even while you sleep. Kaya sabi ni, I forgot who said that. Sabi niya, if you don't find a way to
To
earn
earn while
money
while
while you
you,
sleep, then
I think it's
it
Warren Buffett, ate.
yeah, 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 Warren
Warren
Buffett. Sabi niya, pag kailangan habang kahit natutulog ka, you're earning money.
Buffett, kumikita ka.
And uh, this is one of those things, online business. Kasi it operates on internet. So, kahit natutulog yung Pilipinas, sa other part of the world, gising. And if my business is in the internet, then I can earn money even while I'm sleeping,
Keeps
right?
generating income.
Generating income.
Yep.
So if you're always holding your breath, hoping for, oh, sana wala magkasakit, sana walang pandemic, o sana everything will be okay. That's not true. So start building the safety net now so that the next emergency doesn't take you back to square one. Yeah.
Yun. Dali mo, ate. Yeah.
Ah,
It's hard because you worked hard, one expected hospital bill or one missed paycheck, you're back to zero. And what do? You just, you just brace yourself. And people don't see that. Na you're trying to hold things together, pero it's hard. You want to build, and now you, of course, you have to, or you want to build something that gives you options, not just income. So, hi. Okay, number 4. Ate, I think you're muted.
oh yeah, why am I muted? So I was saying like not only to survive for today. So para din merong pang emergency, meron pang golden years, meron pang enjoy ng buhay. Diba? Parang we're on base one eh. Pagka we're employees, we're on base one. So we want
Kasi,
like to be secured.
yeah,
Minsan
and
naisip ko kaya yung ibang tao, parang kapag ka, like I know some people, parang they smile better. Kasi that smile says a lot. Like, secure yung emergency mo, secure yung golden years mo, and then you get to travel. Of course, you'll smile.
of
Diba?
course.
Of course. Tapos sabihin natin mga nanonood, yabang naman ito. Pero,
Huwag ganon.
di ba? Pero, sabihin, pinos pa, ganun. Pero, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Di ba?
And I'm sure, like, for people who are doing that and they're doing well, like, for ako, kung ako lang nakikita ko, I take it as an inspiration that,
Yeah.
oh, how did that person do it? Instead of, thinking on the negative side na, oh, ang yabang naman or something. Be inspired about other people's success and how they did it. And
Mm.
yeah, find out how they did it. Kasi
Yeah.
it's
Especially
something,
sa community natin, di ba?
oh yeah,
There's a lot of people who going places and taking um, early afternoon walks sa park like on a Monday. That's
hmm,
very inspiring.
yeah,
Yung coach ko, she's posting like for everybody's working, I'm here leisurely strolling in the park on a Monday.
on a Monday.
That's yeah,
Yeah,
very inspiring.
and some people might be thinking na, oh, what's so fancy about it, or 'di ba, parang anong special about, hello, parang on a Monday, like, instead of going to work. Yeah, you some people might think, oh, it's just a small thing, but those small things matter.
Yeah, kasi it's
That,
only not Monday, it's also Tuesday and Wednesday when
yeah,
all of us are bracing traffic. Yeah.
oh my god, yes. Okay. uh or you are surviving well, but not living well. Actually, but
Yeah.
not living fully. It's supposed to be that not living fully. Is that so? Not. Let me edit something. But not living fully. There you go. I didn't save it. Okay, there. Perfect. Okay. Okay, this one is, I think, one of the hardest ones to admit because, from the outside, everything looks fine. The bills are paid, the kids are fed, the family is fed, and you're also, like hitting your work goals. People tell you, "Oh, you're doing so well. Oh, Mel, ang sipag mo. Oh, Mel, ang galing mong mag-juggle ng lahat." And yes, thank you. But I didn't want to be known as the woman who could, carry it all. I just wanted to be the woman who could enjoy her life, who could say yes to her kids, yes to my kids without checking my schedule, right? Um, I want to be someone who could rest without guilt. You know, of course, I was, proud of holding everything together. I'm proud of being the strong one. And but then I realized, survival can look successful to other people, but inside it can feel like you're slowly disappearing. And I think about all the memories I missed because I was too tired. I think about all the invitations I said no to because I had to work the next day, and also the hobbies, the passions I put aside because there's no time for that right now. Yung ganong feeling ba?
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought this was just what adult life was supposed to be until I started asking myself, but what if it's not? And that's when I started exploring new ways of earning. Something that can give me my time back, not just so I could pay for the life I had, but so I could actually live it. So I guess you just have to say sa buhay mo na that's enough. I can't keep surviving and calling it success. And when I found this business, it's helping me, and it's helping other families build income with freedom. It's online, it's something flexible, and it's something that wouldn't replace everything for now, but could start to support the life I wanted. I still work, yes, but um, this business is bringing us closer to our dreams than ever before, and you deserve that too. Yun natin. Ate, yeah, you're muted there.
I always mute myself. Ako din yun eh. Like, there was a point I thought I'm so proud because I can do everything, especially as a single mom. I can do you know, the work with the kids, doing my job, and then taking care of the household then, Pero you're right, it's surviving, not living fully. Siyempre meron tayong mga vacations here and there. But then, hindi you don't get to do what you want based on the schedule you want. It's always based on somebody else's
Somebody
schedule
else's
for
schedule.
us. That's not the best way to live. Maybe for some people it is, but um, diba sabi nga, we only live once. Oh, we live every day. We only die once. Pero why not make the most out of it? Diba? Yung parang at the end of your life, you can say that you truly lived well. Hindi lang yung going to office and then um, taking vacations here and there, tapos go back to office again. Parang this August, August 1, so my daughter lives where Mel lives in Hawaii. So I have a granddaughter there. She was calling me one day. I told her, na-receive mo na ba yung package ko for your birthday? Sabi niya, not yet, Lola, but when are you coming for my birthday? Sabi ko, oh, sorry, I cannot come today, but I sent you the gift. Oh, I wish you can come too. Just
Oh,
very casually, she said that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, dang it. I'm not there again.
again. Oh,
Again. And this is the sixth year. So, yeah, I have
wow.
to. That's why we're doing this. Mel and I are doing this so that we can be for our loved ones um, when they need us.
But yeah, I'm sure a lot of our audiences, where and whoever's gonna watch this replay, relate to this. And
Yeah.
that if you have message,
Yes, of course. I have a last message to say. Um, so I'm hoping that if there's one thing that you can parang take away from today, it's yung life is not about just paying bills and getting by. Because for years, we make sure that we're taking care of our loved ones and we don't regret it. But I realize if I keep waiting for the right time to focus on my dreams, that might never come. And we don't always get warnings before life changes. Magkakaroon ng layoffs, may magkakasakit, magkakaroon ng emergency. But then they remind us that we can't afford to live without a plan. So our challenge for you today is this: stop putting off the life that you want and start building it now. Even small steps taken today can create a future where you're not just financing your life to survive, but you're truly living it the way you want to. And remember, you don't have to do it alone. Mel and I are here to walk this journey with you. We'll be more than happy to help you. And so let's go.
let's go. Ano ba to? Ah, there you go. Yes, ate. Very well said. Okay. Yeah. So, in addition to what Ate Mel said, if this conversation, this chat hit you in the gut, that's not random. That's your heart asking for something more, and you're ready. You're ready for a life that doesn't just look good on paper, but feels good when you wake up. A life where rest isn't a reward. It's actually like a rhythm. It's part of living. And um where money also isn't the only goal. Syempre kasama din dyan yung freedom, yung peace. And the best part is you can start small, intentionally. You don't need permission, you just need a plan. And if you don't have one yet, that's what me and Ate Mel are here for. So connect with us. Uh, we can show you, we can help you create an online income with alignment and not burnout. You know, remember you're already strong. Now let's make sure you're also supported, and that you weren't born just to finance a life. You were born to live once, and it starts with a message. Connect with us.
Very well said, Mel. I love it. And
Okay.
I hope somebody gets to hear our message for today. And we'll see you again next week.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Have
Aloha.
a great weekend.